Coming to you live from our Auckland Park studios, this is Prime News on SABC 3. Let's give you a sense of our top stories this evening.
I'll wait for my time to comment at the ad hoc and at the commission. I will be able to open up and say what I think needs to be said.
Deputy National Police Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, says he's in court to challenge an unlawful suspension imposed by his boss, General Fani Masemola, in July. 5 people have died on the N1 North Freeway between Buccleuch Interchange and Allendale Road in Midrand following a fatal vehicle crash involving a minibus taxi.
Cautioned to approach this transformation with a balanced perspective, one that enthusiastically acknowledges AI's profound potential.
Chief Justice Mandisa Maya has called on leaders of the judiciary to step forward and affirm the powers of the law in the face of transnational challenges presented by AI, climate change and cybercrime. It has just gone 8 o'clock. A very good evening to you. This is Prime News on 3 with myself, Paulette Nell. Pleasure to be in your company this evening. Let's dive right into it. This leads our bulletin tonight. Deputy National Police Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, says he's in court to challenge an unlawful suspension imposed by his boss, General Fani Masemola, in July. Sibiya, who until his suspension was heading the police crime detection, is alleged to have interfered with the political killing task team investigations. He adds that he is waiting for his turn to appear before the Parliament's ad hoc committee investigating political interference, corruption and systematic failures within the police service.
I'll wait for my time to comment at the ad hoc and at the commission. I will be able to open up and say what I think needs to be said.
Are you satisfied with the presentations that were made on your behalf by your lawyer?
Well, I'm satisfied.
Mr. Sibiya, just for argument's sake, if you do win this court case, the relationship with the NATCOM, will it be restored? Has it been dented? How would you describe it now going forward?
The last time I met with my boss, we were in good terms. I still respect him as the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service. I'm a disciplined member of the police, and I'll subject myself to his authority. Thank you very much.
Do you support the work of the...
Stay home, and you're challenging that before the High Court?
Like I'm saying, at this point in time, I'm before court, and I'll await the outcome of the court. If his authority is dead, let's hear what the court is saying. This is a different process, what you're talking about, and what I'm talking about in terms of the relationship. These are two different things.
On Monday, there was a meeting between Fani Masemola and the police minister. Both expressed the work or the support of the work of the commission and to support Kachalia. Do you also support him and the work of the commission?
Well, I was not in that meeting.
But your stance, do you support the two gentlemen and the work of the Madlanga Commission?
Yes, I support. I mean, this is what the president has ordered as well. So this is what I support as well.
Meanwhile, some political parties say that they're concerned at the slow pace of the Parliament's ad hoc committee investigating allegations on impropriety in the criminal justice system. The allegations were raised by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Ntantam Konazi during a media briefing in July. The ad hoc committee was meant to begin its work this week, but this has allegedly been delayed by the scheduling of witnesses that will testify.
As the Madlanga Judicial Commission of Inquiry experiences delays, so too is the ad hoc committee of Parliament. After meetings, the committee has finalized its terms of reference. Witnesses that have already been confirmed by the committee are Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi and former Police Minister Bheki Cele. It's also emerged that suspended Deputy Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya will testify before the committee next Wednesday. But some MPs fear the deadline is unlikely to be met.
Unfortunately, the technical team are busy, we are told, with the witnesses, to get dates. But indeed, this shows serious incompetency from the commencement itself. And I think we can do better than that.
The DA has also raised the issue of insufficient time for the committee to complete its work.
We have warned before that the limited time will most likely catch up with us, and it is increasingly looking like this is now happening. For the DA, it is crucial that the committee complete its work thoroughly and on time, because we cannot afford for this process to remain unfinished.
The chairperson of the committee, Molapi Likhanyane, declined to comment. The deadline for the ad hoc committee to table its report to the National Assembly is the end of October. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.
Still on this, chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Police, Ian Cameron, says that the suspended Deputy Police Commissioner for Crime Detection, Shadrack Sibiya, has not been summoned to appear before the ad hoc committee probing allegations of corruption in the criminal justice system. Cameron says members were surprised by Sibiya's announcement earlier today, as none of them were aware of such summons.
It's very interesting that he says he's been summoned, because none of us in the ad hoc committee know about it. I was in a police portfolio committee strategic session today when this news came out, and several of us in the police committee serve on the ad hoc committee. We have a meeting this coming Friday, but the committee together agreed just over 2 weeks ago that the very first person that would appear before the committee is General Mkonazi. So General Sibiya saying that he's been summoned, according to us, is incorrect, unless there's something blatantly wrong with internal communication in Parliament.
In fact, not only is he saying that he has been summoned, he's also he's talked about a date, the 10th of September. So you're confirming to us now that, in fact, he hasn't been summoned.
Well, from what we know, nothing of that kind has been confirmed. We don't even have confirmation about the program yet of the committee. The committee must still sit and go through that amongst the members, know exactly what that program looks like. It's extremely frustrating, because obviously we really want to get to work urgently, and we've been waiting, and there's been so many delays.
Right, to this now, 5 people have died on the N1 North Freeway between Buccleuch Interchange and Allendale Road in Midrand following a fatal vehicle crash involving a mini bus taxi. The accident resulted in multiple injuries and tragically 5 confirmed fatalities. The far right lane was affected and traffic was severely backed up. A full closure of the freeway became necessary shortly after to allow for the proper processing of the scene and recovery operations. We're going to take a quick ad break. More news after this. Don't change that dial. Welcome back. Let's continue. The ongoing taxi strike by the Kwatabeka and Claremont Taxi Association in Durban has left thousands of commuters stranded. The strike has entered day 2. The Taxi Association says the decision to halt operations was taken after a disagreement with the eThekwini Metro Police.
The Kwatabeka and Claremont Taxi Association has been embroiled in violent altercation with e-hailing drivers. Last week, police had to be called to calm the situation after some e-hailing drivers were assaulted. On Tuesday, the Taxi Association stopped operations. Residents say the impact is unbearable.
We are actually overspending on our packets at the moment because of the strike. So it's affecting us in a very huge matter.
We are requesting them to sit down, resolve the issue, and allow us to use the taxi as we have been doing. Thanks.
Taxi industry representatives are accusing the eThekwini Metro Police of impounding their vehicles. They are demanding the release of 20 taxis. Santako says their efforts to try and resolve the impasse have been unsuccessful. He says a number of our taxis have been impounded. This is done despite the fact that others have valid permits. When taxi owners come to collect their vehicles, authorities say they are not looking for permits, but they want to keep these taxis. The eThekwini municipality has refuted these claims. Metro Police officials say the impounded taxis do not have valid permits. Meanwhile, an urgent meeting between taxi representatives and eThekwini Metro authorities had been scheduled for later this afternoon. Simpiwe Makanya, SABC News, KwaDabeka.
The Gauteng government says it will no longer be bullied by a syndicate behind unlawful land occupation across the province. Premier Panyaza Lesufi says they will be embarking on evictions and destruction of illegal informal settlements in the coming months. He was briefing the media in Johannesburg on various challenges the province is confronted with.
According to Premier Panyaza Lesufi, at least 400 new informal settlements have emerged across Gauteng in the past few months. Lesufi has blamed this on an organized syndicate operating to invade unoccupied land.
We are tired as government now. We'll deal with that situation because it's quite clear that this syndicate thinks that they can collect money, invade land, and nothing happens to them. If we have to meet in court, we'll meet in court, but we are going to destroy those informal settlements. We can't, because immediately after that informal settlement is established, what do people need? They need water.
Recent political killings in the province also remain a concern. The Premier says work is underway to ensure the smooth establishment of the provincial political killings task team in the next 4 weeks.
In Tshwane, we don't have less than 12 councillors that have been killed. The last being 2 months ago. In Johannesburg, we had 3 councillors that were killed in the last 6 months.
Nerea Shakutsa, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa, Mandisa Maya, has cautioned that if the legal profession does not shape the future of artificial intelligence, it will shape the profession and it will do so mercilessly. Maya was speaking at the inaugural Judiciary 20 Summit held under the theme Justice in a Time of Change, Independence, Innovation and Cooperation.
The rapid emergence of artificial intelligence, which has taken the world by storm, and how it will impact global judiciaries and their ability to dispense justice in a time of change, dominated the historic inaugural J20 Summit in South Africa, which brought together judicial leaders from across the world to discuss pressing global issues.
We are cautioned to approach this transformation with a balanced perspective, one that enthusiastically acknowledges AI's profound potential to enhance efficiency, reduce crippling backlogs, and lower the cost of legal services.
Despite its benefits, the emergence of AI has already exposed its flaws, which have already found meaning as potential threats that could undermine professional ethics and the integrity of our jurisprudence.
This was illustrated in the Northbound case, in which the High Court discovered while drafting its judgment that 2 cases cited in the applicant's heads of argument actually did not exist. When invited to explain, junior counsel initially claimed that an incorrect version of the heads had been filed, attributing the problem to short-form citations and filing a substituted version. However, opposing counsel pointed out that even the corrected version still contained 2 non-existent authorities and questioned whether some of the existing authorities were properly applied. Pressed by the court on whether the spurious citations were the product of artificial intelligence hallucinations, counsel considered that they appeared to be so.
Chief Justice Maya cautions that while AI tools have their benefits, they cannot serve as a substitute for independent legal reasoning. Kani Mapanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Thank you for staying with us. We shift our focus to this now. The trial against 6 men accused of killing 18 people at the Ngobozana village in Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape has been adjourned to Friday. The trial will resume with accused turned state witness Lwando Abi still on the stand in the Mthatha High Court special sitting in Lusikisiki Magistrates Court. Accused number 1, Mzugisi Ndamase, who is representing himself, will continue cross-examining Abi. The alleged mastermind behind this mass murder, Mzukisi Ndamase, refuted Lwando Abi's testimony that he had people selling drugs for him, but claimed that the witness, Abi, came to him, telling him that he wants to introduce a drug called Tik to Port St. John, Lusikisiki and Flagstaff when released from prison. Ndamase said he assisted Abi in meeting other drug dealers that were going to help him, as he did not know much about drugs. During his cross-examination, Ndamase also accused Abi of being an assassin, although the witness denied being an assassin but admitted killing a man that circumcised them illegally. To this now, the National Treasury has reported significant progress in its smart meter rollout, with 67,000 smart meters already installed across 18 municipalities during the last financial year. The project is part of a 2 billion rand government initiative distributed over 3 years to help municipalities with high Eskom debt.
The Smart Meter Grant Project was introduced for the first time in the 2024-2025 budget with an allocation of 2 billion rand, targeting 71 municipalities in 3 years. By installing the smart meters, the aim is to improve revenue collection, reduce electricity losses, and give consumers real-time data on usage, empowering them to manage their own consumption more effectively. Sadesh Ramchadan is the Director of Local Government at the National Treasury and says the program is already showing positive results, with 18 municipalities covered in the first year.
And these municipalities have also received the 1/3 write-off for good performance, the 1/3 debt write-off.
The National Treasury is looking to expand the program this year, bringing more municipalities on board and expanding the scope.
Here we've only targeted single-phase electricity meters in households. We've changed the framework in DORA in this current year to include water meters, include single-phase electricity, three-phase electricity, as well as CT meters. We also have realized that targeting the three-phase and the large power users within the municipal space is also a bigger benefit, because they may be the bigger culprits in the space of municipalities.
500 million rand was spent in 2024-2025 for 8 municipalities, while 650 million rand is targeted for the second year, with 800 million rand in the final year. The money is an indirect grant paid to service providers, not the municipalities directly. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Johannesburg.
The month of September gives South Africans an opportunity to recognize and honor things that are unique to the country. Celebrating heritage is not only about diverse cultures, languages and traditions. Plant and animal species that epitomize the beauty and peculiarity of Africa are what people also cherish. Some people in Limpopo have expressed their love for a dog breed that has endeared itself into the hearts of many living in the villages.
One of the world's most aesthetically pleasing dog breeds, the Canis africanis, is loved for its warmth and unwavering loyalty, tracing its ancestral roots from North Africa nearly 6,000 years ago. The Africanis found its permanent residence in southern Africa around the 6th century AD. Bobby. Dog keeper Satel Negota from Maruma village near Lutherhood uses his dogs for security and hunting. He says he learned the love and passion for dogs from his father, who was a village hunter.
He used to buy and keep a lot of them here. I realized that dogs love us as humans, and I love them back.
Negoda says amongst an assortment of breeds in his pool, the Africanese dogs have the most resistance to the high humid weather of his area. He has also waxed lyrical about the breed's highly successful hunting rate.
This is the African. This is one of the best.
These Africanese are very strong. They are also fearless. You can walk with them long distance on different terrains. They are strong and they are very good hunters.
Well-known Limpopo veterinarian Dr. Zander de Kock says the Africanese are pets made for Africa.
Smaller to medium-sized breed can get away with less food, and they as I already said, tough little dogs, high endurance, and they make out also good, loyal pets.
Africa also hailed for their guiding skills. Rutendo Bobori, SABC News, Maruma.
And in your sports news this evening, 26-year-old Laura Wolfhard will captain a settled 15-player South African squad to the ICC Women's World Cup in India and Sri Lanka starting at the end of the month. She will have the support of the experienced quadlet Chloe Tarun, Marizen Kop, Ayamonga Kaka and Sune Luz. The selectors also went with a tried and trusted all-rounder Nadine de Klerk, Anneke Bosch, Annerie Derksen and Ndumiso Shangase.
Also included in the squad is explosive and experienced batter Tasman Brits. Sinalo Yafta and Karabo Mesu are the wicketkeepers. The bowling department is represented by Nonkululeko Malaba, Masabata Klaus and Tumi Sekukune.
Subcontinent is key as to how we select our squad. We have looked at the conditions. We also got feedback from some of the players that were part of the IPL and also tracking some of the results that were happening and the conditions of those wickets. It doesn't necessarily always just align to spin. I think there's also some bounce in the wickets these days in India, and the latter part of the tournament you'll find that we'll probably take some spin.
There's an added incentive to win the tournament in the form of a 300% increase in prize money, and the winners will take home about 80 million rand.
If you had offered me a job now that will pay me 3 times more than what I'm getting now, I'll probably take it, right? But also understanding what is the most important thing. Money can be made every day, but what you bring on the field, it's just that opportunity that you get.
The Proteas open their campaign with a match against England on the 3rd of October in Guwahati, India. Harry Olivier, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Well, with that, it's now time to check out what the weather has in store for us. Stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome. Let's take a look at what to expect weather-wise for tonight as well as tomorrow. Clear skies across most parts of the country. Partly cloudy, however, along the southern, southeastern and eastern coastal regions stretching into the adjacent interior. Now, tomorrow we do start off with early morning fog patches in places along our southeastern escarpment. Those fog patches expected to reduce visibility to less than 1 kilometer in places. So please do take caution if you are driving early tomorrow morning and do keep a safe following distance. Otherwise, it will be a fine day, partly cloudy in places over the Western Cape as well as the Eastern Cape. South African Weather Service warning of high fire danger conditions in places over the northern parts of the Northern Cape through the Free State, Mpumalanga, Gauteng, the extreme eastern parts of the Northwest and the southern part of Limpopo. And that is where runaway fault fires are possible. So please do take caution in those regions and do not cause any unnecessary fires. Overnight temperatures seeing Upington and Mahikeng down to 11.9 in Bloemfontein, Vredendal, Cape Town and George, a minimum of 10.18 in Durban. Fires here in Johannesburg will start off our day at 12, peaking at 29. It will be warm in Pretoria with 31, a hot day in Musina with 32, 34 in Lephalale, Upington a maximum of 33, Springbok 32, while California will peak at 29. That's your weather. Just stay tuned to SABC News.
That concludes our time together this evening. Much gratitude for joining us. Until next time, good night, God bless, Pula.